Welcome to San Angelo Rodeo Live. This is the post-game show from XTreme Bulls on Sunday, April 14th, 2024. I'm Joe Hyde, and my co-host is
Ryan Chadwick. Nice to be here.
All right, so it was a different take on the rodeo. It was nothing but bull riding. We had two goes, basically. We had a what you call the long go.
And then short go.
And the short go. Long go was divided into 4 sections of bull riding. So we had, how many bulls did we?
It was 30 cowboys total, so 30 bulls.
30 bulls and 30 cowboys.
And we had a couple re-rides, so I guess 32, 33 bulls.
Right. So the reason why they do that is because they only have so many chutes. So they have to have time to, I guess,
reload the chutes. Yeah,
load different bulls into the chutes and stuff like that. So I sat in on the pre-game show, for the planning session, and they have to decide what side they're going to put the bull on. Is the cowboy going to be a right-handed rider or left-handed rider? Does the bull come out traditionally to the left or to the right? Those kinds of things. It was really kind of interesting how they had to plan all that out. But anyway, XTreme Bulls was an exciting show.
Yep.
And
why could we put on this show?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
All thanks to Jim Bass Ford.
Oh, that's right. Our show is Jim Bass Ford. You know, you always catch me on that. Thank you, Jim Bass Ford, for sponsoring our coverage of the 2024 San Angelo Rodeo. And with that, let's cut to some Jim Bass Ford.
$4.99 per month. $4.99 per month on a new Ford Explorer. You can drive a new Ford Explorer with a third-row seat for only $4.99 per month. This deal is only at Jim Bass Ford, corner of Houston Hart at Arden Road, or 24/7 at BassBunch.com. $4.99 per month on a new Ford Explorer at Jim Bass Ford. Limited time offer.
Well, the XTreme Bulls actually started out kind of slow if you're looking for them to ride the bulls, meaning make the 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Because in the first section, we, like I said, was divided into 4 sections. We only had 2 rides.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. It was divided up into 4 different flights, I guess.
Sections. They call them
sections. With 8 cowboys in the first 3 sections, and then 6 cowboys in the last one, just in case they had to move some to the last section for re-rides. And yeah, to your point, we had 2 rides in the entire first section. So I think there was 1 re-ride there too, but Trevor
What is
Rice,
a re-ride? What do you mean by re-ride?
Okay, so basically what happens is if the bull does something that's completely out of the Cowboys' control, that is technically what the officials determine as illegal, or just, you know, not the Cowboys' fault, like the bull trips, the bull comes out a weird angle and stumbles, something that's not a traditional bull bucking move,
right?
You know, and so if that happens, they can either, and if they stay on the bull, they can either keep their score, or they can take a re-ride. And if they get bucked off and it wasn't their fault, then they just get.
So here we are in the first section. We get only 2 8-second guys. The second section's kind of going the same way. It looks like everyone's getting bucked off, and then the guy named Trey Holston scores a 72. But they gave him the option to have a re-ride, and so you can either have a re-ride or accept your 72.
Yep, and
so
you got to gamble that.
Yeah, being a Vegas guy, Trey said, you know what?
I don't think 10 bull riders are going to ride today.
He didn't think they were.
So he took the score.
Yep. So there he is sitting there with the 72, and he, like, for a while he was like number 3 in the pecking order, because there was only 3 guys that had ridden it, maybe 4, maybe it was number 4. So he was looking pretty good until we got to the 4th section.
Right, and then every single one of them rode. So.
Every single one of them got 8 seconds in the last section, which, you know, got to ask some questions. What kind of bulls were they running in the first section versus the 4th section, or were they kind of filling up the chutes? I don't know, but it was still a lot of fun to watch these guys go through. There's 2 guys that I was, well, first of all, there's a guy named Trevor Reist.
Yep,
right?
he was the top scorer in the first section. He's one of the 2 guys that got a ride. And I interviewed him after his run, because he was, like I said, everyone else was getting bucked off, and he just happened to be the one who stood on. So, like, let's go ahead and go to that interview.
What did he say? We don't know. We'll find out.
All right, I'm standing here with Trevor Rice, one of 2 qualifying bull rides in the first round. Got an 86. It was really impressive. He leads the bull riders right now after that first section. Trevor, how you feeling?
Really good.
In that bull ride, just take me through it.
He kind of stumbled coming out of there, and then he came around to the left, and I knew I had him then.
And it looked like like the balance that you had on that. It's just almost like he was just going in a circle. When the bull does that and just stays in one direction, does that help or hurt?
It depends. I mean, they can stay the same direction, but their timing can completely change. And he kept his timing pretty even the whole way through, so that time it helped me.
All right, and that 86 is pretty impressive in itself. I don't think you have anything to worry about, but how confident are you making it to the final?
Pretty confident. It should get me back and hopefully get another good one in the short run.
And again, this has been Trevor Rice, Iowa Cowboy. And remember, all this bull riding coverage is brought to you by TriStar Fleet.
All right, so Rice went in there with an 86, and then they started describing this rookie that's only 18 years old and
leading the all-around Cowboy and all the standings right now.
Yeah, like he was an 18-year-old. I'm like, first question I had is, what parent is letting their kid ride bulls at 12 years old to learn how to do this? But I'm not one to judge. But anyway, this guy's name was
Wasey Shala.
Wasey Shala, and Wasey, I mean, I was really pulling for him.
Yeah, no, I was too, and he's a real kind, respectable cowboy, and I had a good conversation with him, and he's also in the bareback riding. He's still in the bubble on that. He might make the short
so he's
go
a bareback
next week.
rider too.
Yeah, and the 92nd annual San Angelo Rodeo, different rodeo, you know.
Yeah.
And he's also in that 5-way tie for second place in the bull riding in the San Angelo Rodeo too.
So he has a chance to win a lot of money.
Yeah,
for
he
an
has a chance to
18-year-old.
win a lot of money for an 18-year-old.
Hey, Wasey got an 87.5, and one of the things that we noticed about the way he rode the bull was he really controlled the bull. And Boyd Polhamus during while he was showing the replay said, watch his outside leg and how it kicks the bull. When the bull does something it didn't want him to do, that Wasey didn't want the bull to do, he'd kick it and make it do what he wanted to
Basically,
do.
it showed the judges I'm in control here. You know?
So anyway, let's go to that interview right now.
I'm here with Wasey Shala, 18-year-old rookie cowboy who just landed an 86.5-point ride here in the third round on XTreme Bulls Day. Wasey, just walk me through that ride real quick.
Oh, it was a good bull. He was just nice into my hand, and I'm just happy I got to capitalize on that.
Now, you're a rookie this year, and you're not only doing well in the XTreme Bulls so far, but you're actually in that 5-way tie for second place in the San Angelo Rodeo bull riding. Are you just trying to win all the money at the rodeo this year?
Oh, that'd be pretty awesome. There's still a short round in this event and the next one, so we'll just see how it goes.
Moving into the finals, because I don't see you getting beat on that, what do you expect, and what's it going to take to get this win?
Like I said, just staying consistent, stay on everything they run under me, and should work out in my favor. We'll see.
All right. Well, this has been the 18-year-old rookie from Western Oklahoma. Stay tuned for more in the finals to come. But all this bull riding coverage has been brought to you by TriStar Fleet.
All right, way to go, Wasey. I was pulling for him. He became the guy I wanted to win this thing.
And I'll say that's one cool thing about the XTreme Bulls is it individualizes these cowboy bull riders a little bit more, where you can pick a favorite and say, okay, I saw him now, I'm going to see him again at the end of the show.
Or you can go to the Calcutta
Yeah.
and gamble on them. We can't talk about that.
We don't condone that.
We don't condone that. We can't talk about Calcutta here. All right, so no XTreme bull riding would be complete without Sonora Bank mutton busting.
Yep.
There you go again, saying the same thing I understood.
And it was a great break of the show.
Oh, it was breaking the show.
And
we have a winner.
Yep, we have another winner today, so let's go ahead and go to that.
All right, I'm here with Landry Black, the newest Sonora Bank Mutton Busted champion. Landry, how did you hold on to that sheep?
Tight.
It was tight. You made it almost all the way across the arena. Now, go ahead and tell me, what is your favorite part about the rodeo?
The bull.
You like the bulls? Hey, I like the bulls too. It's fun watching the cowboys try to ride them, you know?
Yeah. I like the bucking bull.
Yep, the bucking bulls. And go ahead and show that belt buckle, and let's just say congratulations. And I'm going to ask you one more question. What is your favorite food at the rodeo?
Cotton can.
Yeah, love to hear that. All right, again, this has been Landry Black from San Angelo, and all this mutton busted coverage is brought to you by Sonora Bank.
Well, you didn't ask her about turkey legs, so I guess that was a pretty good one.
Whatever. That was like easy. Like I said, it's one or the other.
That was your best interview
Yeah,
yet.
it's one or the other. Either they're scared of me and they don't talk to me, or they're super excited to talk to me and answer every question I have. So.
All right, our mutton coverage is brought to you by Sonora Bank. Let's roll it, James.
When something is important, you take care of it, especially when you're entrusted with its well-being. You pay close attention and act accordingly to every need and situation that may arise. Call it instinct, obligation, or desire. One thing's for certain, for most Texans, it just comes natural. At Sonora Bank, you'll find there's one bank that cares deeply about you and your banking needs. And caring for our customers, well, it just comes natural. That's a good reason to give us a try. Sonora Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Okay, so there we are at the XTreme Bulls, and no one's riding any bulls. No one's getting 8 seconds. And then this little skinny guy gets up there he's got like a mullet, right?
Yeah, he did. He did have a mullet.
and he actually rode the bull.
Yeah, and he was actually there with his family too, and his son had a mullet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was a little bitty kid, big old mullet.
So,
it was pretty
little
funny to
mullet,
look
big
at.
mullet.
Yeah.
Ernie Corson Jr.
Yeah, and Ernie Corson Jr. is known for every time he rides a bull, no matter where he's at, no matter what rodeo is at, he'll stand on top of the barrel, the stand, something, and he'll do a backflip. And the crowd loves it. And so in this interview I got with him after his ride, I asked him about it. So let's take a look.
Maybe we have the backflip too.
All right, joining me is the always fun Ernie Corson Jr. Just got a qualified ride, 84. It's going to be enough to probably put you in that final round. Just walk me through the bull ride.
Well, he was kind of giving me a little trouble in the buck and shoots, so I was hoping he didn't wear himself out inside the buck and shoots, but when I nodded, he come out and seemed like he fired real good and was away from my hand, and I tend to ride those a little bit good. And I thought he had me bucked off right there at the end, but he went right back into my hand and pulled me right back up there.
So, and I always got to ask, and I'm sure everyone else out there wants to know, what's the story behind the backflip after every successful ride?
It's just something I've done since 2007, 2008. I've been doing it, and when I started pro rodeo, and I did it one time, and everybody in Davie, Florida stood on their feet. So I was like, well, I'll leave Davie and go all the way across the country doing it, and they love it. I see their comments on Facebook all the time, and I appreciate everybody that supports the backflip. It's awesome.
Well, I don't know if you heard the crowd here, but they kind of similar reaction, right? Everyone always loves it. And again, this has been Ernie Corson Jr. Probably making it to that final round with that 84-point ride. And all this bull riding coverage has been brought to you by TriStar Fleet.
And we thank TriStar Fleet for helping us out with the coverage. TriStar Fleet, sales and service.
By the way, before we do anything else, I just want to say he did not have a mullet. His hair's that long from the top. Yeah, it's just long hair. I don't know if you noticed that.
I was just thinking hair bands of the 80s and 70s.
Maybe,
Anyway, TriStar Fleet is the Mahindra dealer for San Angelo, Texas. All the Mahindra tractors are up there at 8705 North Bryant. That's way north of 29th Street. We actually also have a display at the rodeo, and that's what we're showing you right now. They have the Mahindra tractors, they have the Mahindra UTVs. What we just passed by, those Rockstar HDs, is the ones that you want to get, right? The UTV. But you could go up there. They also have a location with the UTVs and ATVs at 701 Knickerbocker Road, right across from Asco, just before you get to Bryant.
And were those golf carts I saw too?
Icon golf carts, yeah. But Mahindra tractors, UTVs, ATVs, golf carts, this place has got it going. That's TriStar Fleet Sales and Service, San Angelo, Texas. You got the number there, 716-0960. With that, we're going into the
final round.
So we had 13 qualifying rides.
Yes, but in the final round, only 10 of those Cowboys made the cut, and then
so the 72 guy, he didn't make it.
He gambled, and it
didn't
pay off for him. Yeah,
but that's because in section 4 of the first go, everybody made it.
Yeah, every single one.
And if you look at
decided
section,
they wanted
if
to
you look at
read.
the scores in section 4, by the way, I was meticulously taking scores. Every one of them rode, and the lowest score was what, a 78?
Yeah.
So he was pretty much out. He was gone.
Yep. As soon as that 70 hit landed, it was just like, well, he's done.
He's done. Anyway, so we go into the finals, and during the finals, once again, we had what kind of happened during the first section of the first go. Everyone seemed to be getting bucked off.
Yeah, no one rode.
No one rode.
Until
we had
Clayton Sellers.
Clayton Sellers. Well, he was on, what does that say? Time Bomb. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep. The bull was named Time Bomb. and it was from Pete Carr Rodeo.
But anyway, he was the only one to ride it out of the entire finals. But not only did he ride it, he had one of the best rides in this entire rodeo. Yeah. He finished with an 88.5, and that was a 1.5 below that 90-point ride that's still leading the San Angelo Rodeo in the regular rodeo.
So he conquered 2 bulls total.
Yeah, and I do want to say he tied Josh Frost, who in that 4th round, to your point, also put an 88.5 in the long go, but in the short go.
So Josh Frost was leading
Yep.
in the short go. Going to the long go, Josh Frost got kicked off or got bucked off the bull, didn't get the 8 seconds.
And Clayton Sellers put up an 88.5 to claim that XTreme Bulls title.
Championship, the title.
Yeah.
And you get to ride around in the back of a pickup around the. I wonder how much money they get. I heard it was like 50 grand.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I don't know what the.
But anyway, I interviewed the champ after his ride. Let's go ahead and go to that.
Clayton Sellers.
All right, I'm here with this year's XTreme Bulls champion, Clayton Sellers. Had an 88.5 point ride in the short round to win it all. Clayton, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I mean, I'm a bull rider. I'm healthy. Just got a first place win at a big event. I mean, I'm feeling great.
I mean, not only was it a first place win, but it was the second best ride of this entire rodeo season in San Angelo. Just walk me through the actual bull ride.
The bull ride itself, to be completely honest with you, it wasn't a whole lot to write home about. I mean, it was a bucking bull that bucked hard, but fairly common, and a bull that a guy of my caliber should ride almost every time. What stuck out about it for me was I was in some difficult positions, and I just kept fighting and ended up making it happen, when it felt like it wasn't going to happen, and I fought through it, and it went a good way. And so that's what sticks out to me is that, and just how I'm feeling leaving here, I think, is the most important thing.
Oh, for sure. And it obviously was entertaining. The entire crowd was on their feet, you know what I mean? But one last question here for me. As a cowboy, when you come to the San Angelo Rodeo, how do you feel about these events that aren't technically in the rodeo, but they add to it almost? What do you think? Basically, XTreme Bulls, and I know we have the Cinch Shootout next week. You know what I mean? How do you feel about those events?
As a rodeo cowboy, I love them. I mean, there's what's not to love. I mean, all we do is travel from town to town. We ride, we go to the next town, and we ride, hopefully for the most money. But you come to San Angelo, you ride 5, 6, 7 times, and you never even leave. I mean, you know what I mean? You don't have to drive 18 hours when you leave here to the next event. You can stay right here, win 40, 50,000. It's awesome. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, again, this is Clayton Sellers, 88.5 point ride, wins XTreme Bulls here on the Sunday matinee. And remember, all this bull riding coverage has been brought to you by TriStar Fleet.
So we were waiting around for the scores to come from the XTreme Bulls, and I get an email saying we're not going to send any scores. So luckily, I got the scores.
So we have the exclusive scoop on the scores?
We have the exclusive. I mean, I know that no one from KLST was jotting down scores like I was. I was up there in just jotting down the scores as we go along. Now, I might have gotten a 0.5 wrong, but I don't think so. But,
all right, well, let's
see how good my scoring is.
Let's go to it.
All right.
In the long round, Josh Frost led all scores with 88.5. Wasey Shala with an 87.5 came in second. Jace Trosclair also got an 87.5. In fourth place, Parker Bredding got an 86, tied with Trevor Rice with an 86. Ernie Corsa Jr. had an 84.5. Clayton Sellers had an 84.5. Chase Daughtery had an 84. Brady how do you even say that? Portnier had an 83. Jordan Hansen at 82.5. Jake Gardner had a 79. Grayson Cole had a 78. And Trey Holson had a 72.
The Vegas guy.
Yep. And with that being said, that was all the Cowboys who had a qualified ride. That wasn't the ones who made the finals. In the finals,
the top 10 of these
only
guys.
the top 10 of those guys made the finals. And in the short round, of course, it was Clayton Sellers.
Clayton Sellers,
88.5. The only one to ride.
In the short go.
Yes, in that short go.
The finals is what
But
they call it.
Congratulations to him. And he's also in the conversation to be in the short round in the finals of the San Angelo Rodeo. So
And important to say, this is an extra kind of
Yeah.
event. This does not
Well,
go into the rodeo scores.
I don't know if you heard that in the interview. He said that's one of the reasons why he loves coming to San Angelo so much. He goes, because he has a chance to win 40, 50 grand every time he's here.
That's right, because there's so many contests.
Yep.
Contests.
So many contests he can play in, because he's
Yeah.
also going to be in the cinch shootout.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is separate from the PRCA
Yep.
scoring.
It's the day after the rodeo finals on Friday.
Right.
So
all he has to do is raise a steer and put it in the stock show.
Mm-hmm.
He can have the trifecta.
yeah. All right, Joe. Well, that's 2 weeks in the books.
2 weeks in the
What
books.
do you think?
I don't know how you doing.
I mean,
This is the doldrums of covering the rodeo. This is when it gets hard.
yeah. Well,
This is when
this
you're
is
in
the grind.
This is the grind. When you're down in the pits, where all the media, like the first 2 days, everyone's there,
Yeah,
right?
and then-
they say, "Oh, you're San Angelo Live. You can't be in here. That's my spot," or whatever.
Okay.
And then they go away. They go away after like
we
3.
were like about to say we didn't have to fight for seats today. Let's just put it that way.
There's
But
nobody down there.
but
Just us.
I'm talking about like how do you feel about the overall rodeo like contest wise? Like who's really caught your eye?
Like from the PRCA side,
Yes.
I want to see that barrel racing thing. The barrel racing.
Barrel
for
racing
the
is
first year.
exciting.
First year, I've been covering this stuff, and I've been doing this for like 10 years. The barrel racing actually is exciting this year.
I'm excited to see what happens in the breakaway, and then of course I want to see the final results.
And
of
the other
bulls.
thing is, the bull riding has this 4-way or 5-way tie for 86.5.
second place, yeah.
All those 86.5s. I want to see someone break that up.
Right.
I mean, we need like a, how you have a break when you're playing pool. We need someone to knock a cue ball in there and break it all up.
We just see one guy to get an 87, and then
That's right.
they don't matter anymore,
Or get a 91 and knock the JR guy off the top.
Right, yeah. But anyway, I think it's been successful so far, and I guess we'll be ready to see y'all next Wednesday.
On Wednesday, we got a pre-show, post-show. We got what? You guys are going to miss us because we only
2
have
days. Yeah.
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
8,
We have
including
8
the
shows-
cinch.
8 shows left. Okay.
8 shows left, including the cinch. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. This has been San Angelo Rodeo Live.
And share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Tell them how good we are because we need that. We're thin-skinned.
He is.
I am. Yeah.
But I'm Ryan Chadwick, and this is my co-host, Joe Hyde. And again, all of this rodeo coverage can be found after the fact only on sanangelive.com.
We'll see you Wednesday.